Last time on Power Rangers. A teenager named Tyran and their friend Mindy, with the help of an old man named Bulk, found a mysterious location known as the Power Chamber, home to floating head-in tube Zordon. They recruited 3 people: Amaya, lover of animals and martial arts; Perry, champion boxer who's now being recast as Tala-Ashe Don't Question It; and Finn, young, street-smart boy who is taking care of his mother and is the token straight of the group. The 5 of them became Power Rangers and, with the help of their 4 mentors assigned by Zordon, began the fight against evil and the villains known as Malues, Malira, and Antesun, along with their foot soldiers, the Malators, and some others you don't need to remember. Perry learned magic, Amaya learned to use her animal spirit, and the 2 of them leveled up from their weird, stupid-looking costumes to the costumes of their mentors. Vita, Perry's mentor, was hurt in the battle, but is in recovery and should be feeling better in roughly 5 episodes. The Rangers formed the Megazord for the first time, Tyran developed a battleizer, and Amaya and Perry finally started dating. Now, back to the show on Power Rangers. Episode 7, Why So Blue? The episode begins with the Rangers fighting a new threat, the Mystiku of the Raiju. They're not having a hard time with it, and then it stops going easy. The Mystiku gets into a brawl with Mindy. It starts darting around, shooting off beams of electricity. She tries to fight it, but it's too fast for her, and she gets hit with a bolt of lightning, knocking her out of commission. The team doesn't lose outright, but only because the Mystiku considers them too weak to be worth finishing. The Rangers declare they have to get stronger. Roll intro. The next scene, everyone else has gone home, but Mindy is still there at the power chamber, training. Lily walks in, having been woken up by the sounds of hitting punching bags and stuff. Hey, Mindy, right? Yep, that's my name. You should really get some sleep. We have an extra bed in the mentor quarters, so you can stay with us tonight. I get not wanting to go home, but you can't just train all night. If I'm not training, then I'm wasting my time. Did Kevin teach you that one? The rest of us keep telling him he needs to chill more. I'm not gonna be the reason the team fails like I was before. No, you're just gonna be the member so sleep-deprived you collapse during the fight. Mindy, when was the last time you slept? 2 days ago. Mindy, that's really not okay. Come on, if you won't sleep, then you can at least take a break. Fine. Lily makes some food, and Mindy takes a break from training for the first time in days. Finally not having adrenaline through her system, the Blue Ranger gets really tired and starts to accept Lily's offer of sleeping in the mentor quarters. The next day, Mindy is training for like 10 seconds, but gets interrupted by a new Mystiku alert. Wanting to prove her worth, Mindy rushes into the fray, attacking the Raiju. She catches the beast off guard and is getting in some good damage. She's still getting beaten. Hard. She flashes back to something Kevin said while they were training. Stop reading and start training. Unless you're happy being the one teammate you can never help during the fights. Mystiku knocks her away, and she tries to get up, but collapses from how exhausted she is, passing out during the fight. The next scene begins with her waking up in the med bay, Perry, Amaya, Lily, and Tyran standing over her. Did we win? Mindy, you need to get your priorities in order. You passed out during a fight, and all you can ask is, did we win? Well, did we? I wish. Finn spotted you, alerting the rest of us and getting you out of the way. Amaya and I rushed you back here, letting him and Perry take charge of the fight. We may be strong, but 2 Rangers against a Mystiku and an army of Malators is just not gonna win. Then, how'd you get back? That guy seems to have it out for you specifically. When he saw that you were gone, He took his army of Malaters back to their lair, wherever Earth's core. What? I heard him say something about that while we were fighting. They live in the planet's core. While Mindy's in bed, she starts messing with the wires of the watch. When she's feeling well enough to get up, she goes to put her training clothes back on. Lily stops her. Oh no you don't. You don't get to go back in training until you've had a full day, at least, to rest and recover. I'm fine. You're not my mentor. No, I'm not. Your mentor is currently banned from seeing you on account of not knowing the meaning of work-life balance. Mindy takes the day off as instructed, and there are a few scenes of her learning to cook with Finn and Lily, playing video games with Tia and Maya, sleeping, and working on the watches from earlier. She presents them to the team and gives a bit of exposition. The watches are communicators that let them get in contact with each other, Zordon, and the mentors, as well as instantly letting them teleport back to the power chamber. There's one other scene as well. Mindy goes back home and has lunch with her parents. Her mom almost immediately blows up at her, demanding to know where she's been these past however long it's been. Her dad tries and fails to calm the helicopter wife down, and she goes on a tirade about how Mindy is never home anymore. The Blue Ranger storms off to her room, and before her dad gets the chance to come and try to apologize for his wife's behavior, she's gone. She stays in the power chamber and goes back to training to let off some steam when everyone else is gone. Lily shows up again. What did I say about balance? Sorry, I needed to get away from home. This was the fastest place I could get to. Alright, I can understand that. Wanna sleep here again tonight? Yeah, that sounds good. She sleeps in the mentor room, and we have another scene of her training with Kevin the next day. Kevin, I need a break, please. A break is wasting time. No, it's not. I passed out during our last fight because I was so exhausted from you forcing me to do nothing but train. If you're not training, then you're underprepared. And if I am training, I'm so exhausted that I can barely fight. Fine. Whatever you want, since my help is clearly not good enough for you. She heads back out there, teleporting to Angel Grove, and getting dinner at the newly relocated Jungle Karma Pizza. Lily enters. Haven't been here in a while. Hasn't changed one bit from how I remember it. Hey Lily, you here to tell me I need another chill pill? I'm here to apologize for Kevin. He's the one who needs to chill. Well, tell him to get over himself. I have more important things to worry about than his stupid philosophy of needing to train constantly. Good for you. Seriously, that's an important thing to know. Honestly, I didn't learn that until I was, I don't know, almost 20? Jeez. But do you think I can be a strong ranger if I don't follow my mentor? Does Tiran have a mentor? No, but I didn't have a specific mentor. Most ranger teams haven't. I would think you of all people would know that, history reader. I mean, yeah, and besides, how many blue samurai rangers have there been before you? 18, plus 15 other blue rangers that aren't samurai rangers. See my point? You don't have to be exactly the same as your mentor. Be yourself, and let the rangerness come from that. Mindy goes back to the power chamber and starts working on symbol power, accidentally tapping into a power she didn't know was hers for the taking yet. She makes just the right symbol, and without even saying it, morphs. Not into the next generation Blue Ranger, but into the Blue Samurai Ranger. Raiju goes back to Angel Grove, and the Rangers all teleport over there to meet up with it. When Mindy gets there, she reveals to the group for the first time that she's developed the powers of the Samurai Ranger, and immediately shows it off by absolutely demolishing the opposing team and getting right up next to that Bastiku and getting into a fight with it. Tiran sees this and says, I knew it. Unfortunately though, that just reminds them how much they wish they had a mentor, and that makes them lose their confidence and their battleizer along with it. The Bastiku grows, and the Rangers get in the Megazord to match. They have an epic battle I don't feel like describing, and it ends with Mindy yelling, Another victory for the next generation! Episode 8. Green with Evil. Finn's at home cooking, and he's hearing in the background a news report involving a recent outing from the Power Rangers. In other news, the team of heroes calling themselves the Power Rangers have struck again. People are still unsure why they're here or if their presence caused the emergence of the villains they fight, but most people seem to consider them trustworthy. Now on to Bill with the weather. He brings the food he was making in for his mom, who's looking very safely lying in bed. Hey Mom, you feeling any better? I like zebras. Yeah, I know you do. He puts his fingers to her forehead and visibly recoils from the beat. Eat up, I'll get you some Advil and a damp cloth. The scene continues for a while like this, with very few cuts, just Finn taking care of his mom. Finally, at the end of the scene, he goes into the living room and collapses on the couch, passing out instantly. He dreams that he's fighting an army of Malaters solo, wearing the Lost Galaxy costume, and when he reaches the end, he meets up with Malira. She opens her mouth to talk, but before any words come out, she gets a stunned expression on her face. The camera zooms out to show Finn holding a Quasar saber through Malira's stomach. The real Finn wakes up in a cold sweat. Roll intro. The next scene is of him walking out of some back alley drugstore. A guy clearly at least a few years older than him gets in front of him, knife in hand, and demands the teen's money. Before he even realizes what's happening, Finn disarms the guy, steals his knife, and puts him in a chokehold, with the blade at the guy's neck, ready to slit. No. You're going to give me your money. Yeah, whatever the hell you want, just let go of me, asshole! He takes the money from his aggressor, and when the man is gone, he just slumps against a wall, full force of what actually just happened, and of what almost just happened, hitting him. A monster appears, along with an army of Malaters. He runs at the army, charging through them to find the Bastiku. When he finally does, he sees that it's someone new, the Griffin. They fight, but it's not an even matchup at all. Finn is wiping the floor with his opponent. The fight lasts about a minute, and Finn knocks his opponent to the ground, hand outstretched, ready to go in for the final blow. Then he freezes, remembering last night. Instead of brutalizing the Griffin, he just intimidates it, saying, "Run. Go back to your master in town. Tell him that the Green Ranger destroyed him, all by himself. And don't come back." The Griffin runs for his drill, terrified. With their master defeated, all the others follow suit. The next day in the power chamber, Finn has a question for Damon. Power Rangers ever kill? If we have to. It's not ideal, but sometimes it's the only option. And if it happens by accident, there are worse things in the world. Just try not to. Why? What's in your mind? This is probably the third time you've willingly spoken to me, so there's gotta be a reason. Last night, I got into a fight with that Bastiku solo. Thought about killing him. I wanted to kill him. Not in a moment of weakness or rage, not even out of revenge. And not for the first time. Malira, onto something. The Raiju. Every time we fought one of these guys, I seriously considered killing them. But you didn't kill them. I wanted to. Have you ever done that? Deeply considered taking a life just because it would be easier than the alternative? Of course. I was a ranger for years. You can't be in this gig for that long without wanting to just start killing at some point. And how? You wouldn't even be the first ranger to do it if you didn't stop yourself. You don't like it, but sometimes we have to, or at least we think we do. Sure, yeah. Not sure that makes it right, but at least it makes it easier to deal with. Anyway, got anything you have to teach me? Want to learn to use a quasar saber? Hell yeah. The two of them start practicing, and we get a training montage. Somehow a first for this series, despite how much I love them. We also see Finn and Damon growing closer. At the end of the montage, an alert comes in. Attack from the same Bastiku from earlier, but newly beefed up. I'm not drawing the beefed up version. Finn runs off, and Damon tells him just one thing. Hey, you're a Power Ranger. Just wanting to kill him doesn't automatically make you a killer. When they get to the fight, Finn looks ahead and sees the newly amped up Griffin that again are not drawn. He morphs, proudly yelling, "Go, Galactic! Galaxy Green!" before running at the monster, saying, "I told you to stay away!" They get into a fight, both at 110% of their power. They seem to be much more evenly matched than before, but Finn still gets the upper hand. He gets the Mystico on the ground, quasar saber to his throat. I won't make the same mistake I did last time. Swear to me on. The Mystico just gets big, interrupting him. I was giving a speech, damn it! They summon their Zords, adding a new piece to the haphazard Megazord. There's an epic fight I don't know how to describe, and it ends with Finn yelling the new victory catchphrase, "Another victory for the next generation!" The episode ends with all 5 Rangers just chilling in the juice bar, hanging out, having a happy scene I don't know how to write because scenes without conflict are hard. Episode 9. One Man's Foe. The episode starts inside the villain lair in Earth's core. Malira is ranting about how the Bastikus never get the job done when Malues enters. If you're so mad that your petty goons can never do what needs to be done, then you should be perfectly fine going up there yourself, Malira. Of course, Lord Malues! That's a brilliant idea! I'll go up there right away! Those power dorks are mine! She heads up to the surface, attacking Angel Grove immediately. The Rangers come in to fight, showing off their power now that all but Tyran have unlocked their mentor suits. They put up a good fight, but are defeated in the end. Roll intro. The Goody Goods start training, but they can't help but talk to Zordon at some point. It was terrible, Zordon. She crushed us without even having to grow. Is there any way for us to beat her? A mysterious, yet familiar, at least to some, voice appears. Shut up! All this jabbering about being beaten is giving me a headache! They all spin around to see the source of this mysterious voice. You're the Mystic Mother! Why are you here, Rita Repulsa? Zordon, did you really not tell them? Tell us what? You're a supervillain, and that's all there is to it. Mindy, shut the hell up. This was Rita Repulsa, Empress of Evil. You flatter me. But after being purified, she became a good witch known as the Mystic Mother. Did the Historia really not tell you that? I haven't gotten that far. I've mostly just been skimming for stuff relating to each of us individually. Rita, what brings you here? Takes evil to know evil. Also, I need aspirin, you owe me one. You return me to my life, and what you want in exchange is medicine you could buy at any drugstore? Your sacrifice made me a good witch. I brought you back. I think we're pretty much even. Zordon and Rita go on like this for a while. I imagine it being very funny, having the energy of, like, an old married couple that's been kind of estranged these past few decades. At the end of it, Rita decides to give the Rangers a boon. Finn, your powers are based in technology, so I will grant you the ability to hack or take over any machine, as well as learning the specifics of how that machine works when you do. Perry, your mentor was given her powers by me, so I will simply enhance yours. you shall have greater magic than Vita could ever know. Amaya, your powers are all about animals, so you shall forever be able to communicate with all creatures of the wild. Mindy, you are a samurai, powered by the sea and the dragon folding sword. You shall be able to control any fluid around you. And Tiran, though you may not know your mentor yet, you are still the greatest Red Rangers seen in the past half-century. You shall receive the Power Sword wielded by the Ranger who defeated me all those years ago. Oh yeah, more phenomenal! The Rangers are ready to go start training with all their wonderful toys. But Zordon and Rita stop them. Rangers, if you want to defeat Malira, you will need a plan. If the power dorks from decades ago hadn't fought me and Zeddy with a plan, we never would have lost! I'm not bitter, what gave you that idea? The Rangers make a plan off screen, and now it's time to train. Finn and Damon help T learn to use a sword. The former also tries to hack into Mindy's computer. He fails. He also tries to hack into Tiran's computer. That one succeeds. Mindy's computer is hard to crack. Amaya and Perry work together to practice their skills, since both of them are quite mystical in nature. Mindy just goes to a water park where it's so chaotic no one will really notice a bit more water moving around unnaturally. After a short montage, we go back to the villains. Malouest tells Malira that they haven't won yet. Malira agrees and says she'll run back up there and defeat those Rangers, and she won't stop until the power dorks are destroyed! Can you tell I like writing villains? Finn and T clear out the Maladers using their swords in giant, heaping motions. Perry flies in with magic, Amaya riding a cheetah beneath her, trying to get in close and stop Malira before she can do anything noteworthy. Finally, Mindy storms in, a giant tidal wave crashing behind her. She finishes off all of the Maladers, leaving just Malira against an army of 5 Rangers. T, Finn, and Amaya go in for close-up damage, with Amaya commanding a gorilla to fight alongside them because why not? While Perry stays back and shoots off with magic from the rear. Mindy starts charging up a blast of water and gets ready for a giant shot. The Rangers clear out, and Mindy blasts, knocking Malira to the ground. Knowing that she can't win right now, Malira runs for the drill she used to get up here. It won't start. Finn, somehow, shows that he hacked it and made it stop functioning. The Sister of Sin grows to be giant-sized, and the Rangers summon their swords to match. They fight, with T at the helm doing close-up sword damage, Perry sometimes taking over for magic, and Finn and Mindy tampering with the system to make the Megazord more powerful. In the end, a combined effort of waterbending, magic, technology, swords, and animals results in Malira being defeated, so all 5 Rangers shout, in unison, "Another victory for the next generation!" The episode ends with Malouest deciding, once and for all, fine, I'll do it myself. Episode 10, Red Til Dead. We start with the villains again, this time having Malouest as the one creating the Mystiku. That puny Ranger may not know the source of his power, but I have seen it! I have felt it! And what ancient creature of the land can beat one of the sky? Next we're in the juice bar, with all 5 Rangers hanging out, chatting about being Power Rangers and stuff. And then all of a sudden, Mystiku alert. Well, no, not Mystiku, just villain alert. The Rangers are underwhelmed. Is this it? I don't even see a Mystiku. This is pathetic. Looks like the villains are running out of ideas. Don't get cocky. I know you four can handle this, so I'll check the power chamber. We need to make sure Zordon and Mystic Mother are alright. Tiran teleports away, leaving the other four to deal with the Maladers. Tiran, you've returned. There's an army of Maladers. Why, I know. These villains aren't stupid, and they're not lazy either. I left the other four to deal with that. Is this a diversion? I don't know. The Mystiku is yet to appear, and I can't find any other threats around. Do you think your teammates can defeat them on their own? You kidding? Any one of them could beat an army of Maladers unmorphed. It is good you have such confidence in them. Tell them you will not be returning to Angel Grove for a while. I have a mission for you. More phenomenal, but what is it? There's someone I'd like you to meet. But the problem, I can't pinpoint his coordinates cleanly enough to teleport him. Or to teleport you. I'll plug the general location into your suit. The rest is up to you. May the power protect you. Roll intro. After walking for a little while, T gets stopped by a Mystiku. The new, final Mystiku. The Pterodactyl. They fight for a little while, but before T can fully defeat it, the beast flees. After a little while of walking, the Pterodactyl is back, but in a new form. It doesn't even look like a humanoid, well, vaguely humanoid, Mystiku anymore. It's just a pterodactyl. With no teammates, no Zord, and minimal weaponry, the Red Ranger has only one choice. Run like hell. Eventually, they go far enough the beast seemingly gets bored and stops. We cut back to the other four Rangers, wondering where Tiran is. Mystic Mother tells them they have a mission from Zordon, but refuses to elaborate. Are you kidding me right now? I may not be Empress of Evil anymore, but I can still be mean! Ha 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 ha! Mindy decides she has a plan for what to do when the Red Ranger returns. She starts working on a new drill design, alongside Finn and Damon. Meanwhile, Amaya is still furiously trying to get in contact with Tay, who seems to be out of range of the Communawatches. Speaking of the Red Ranger, let's go back to them now. Maladers keep appearing, and they keep dispatching them instantly. Suddenly, the Pterodactyl appears once more. T books it, remembering that no matter what, they're still the leader of the team, and the team will need them. They get the Battleizer back, and use it to fly far, far away from the Pterodactyl. They get the sudden idea to fight the beast, but quickly realize that nope, I may have gotten stronger, but a one-on-one fight against this thing is still way out of my league. A high-speed aerial chase ensues, with T flying as fast as possible. Eventually, the Pterodactyl gets tired out and has to stop chasing. T slows down and realizes where they are. The exact spot that the coordinates led them to. They stop to look at the surroundings. A sandy hill with seemingly nothing on it. The coordinates don't say how deep the thing is. So they dig. Tiran, using the wings of their Battleizer as a drill, spins down into the surface of the earth, going as fast as they possibly can until they reach a cave. A hollowed-out cave with a few things off, but on display. Like their old suits that Batman used to wear. Then, a screen appears, with a face that should be very recognizable to any Power Rangers fan from the early 90s. You've made it. That's good. If you're seeing this, it means I'm dead. My name is Jason Scott. I was one of the first Red Power Rangers, and Zordon has also said that I was one of the best. I have 4 things here to help you. My suit, my morpher, a car my friend Billy made, in case you need a ride home. We always said it was the only way to fly. And lastly, a robot named Alpha 5. Zordon should know how to fix it. Red Ranger, it's Morphin Time. Tiran grabs Alpha, along with the suit and Morpher, and goes back to Zordon in the car that Billy made. The Rad Bug. Because of course, the Rad Bug's the only way to fly. We cut back to the other four. We're now having a down-to-the-wire fight against the Pterodactyl. They're really wishing they had the whole team, when all of a sudden, Tiran teleports in, unmorphed. It's Morphin Time! Tyrannosaurus! Mighty Morphin! Red Ranger! With all 5 Rangers, including a classic costume, battle-ized, confident Tiran, the team effortlessly takes out their foe. The creature grows. They summon their Zords, forming the complete version of the haphazard Megazord, which I will not be drawing for reasons you'll see very soon. T confidently ends the fight by yelling, "Another victory for the Mighty Morphin Next Generation!" When they go back to the power chamber and unmorph, the Rangers see that their morphers are replaced by a new, wrist-mounted one. And they, along with the audience, are just left to ponder what that means as the episode ends. Episode 11, Never the End. The finale begins exactly where Red Till Dead left off. The 5 Rangers looking at their new wrist-mounted morphers and trying to figure out, what? Why? What? Mindy remembers something that Zordon said to Tiran about how the morphers react to how a person sees themselves. T, I think your confidence reached out to all of us. Yeah, but my morpher doesn't look like that. Or at least it didn't. Ay, Rangers! Stop talking and start morphing! They try to test out their new morphers. Jungle Beast! Spirit! Unleash! Release the cheetah! Nothing. They all try out their mentor calls. Nothing. Then, T has an idea. It's Morphin Time! Go Power Rangers! Next Generation, Red Ranger! Now, they realize what they need to do. Go Samurai! Jungle Beast! Spirit Unleashed! Magical Source, Mystic Force! Go Galactic! Go Power Rangers! Next Generation, Paleo Ranger! Ay, Zordon, they did it! They reached full power metamorphosis! At their new power, all 5 Rangers run into the training room to test it out. And when they do, they immediately break the machines. Ay, this will take some work. Roll intro. Okay, I didn't want to throw the scene off by mentioning it earlier, but I need to somehow discuss it now. So, okay, here's what I'm thinking for the morphers and the new suits. First of all, you remember how in the original Sentai for, I'm gonna say it was Lost Galaxy, the Rangers would spin something on their morphers? I'm thinking something along those lines. So, the Rangers put out their wrist-mounted morphers, which I'm gonna use my watch as an example, but they're like much bigger and stretched back a little bit. You can see the picture. So, yeah, it's like that. They put it out, and then they spin it pretty rapidly. Sometimes just once, sometimes more than once. And then, when they're done spinning it, or more accurately, when they're done saying their morphing call, they yell, "Next Generation, X-Ranger!" And as they say, "X-Ranger!" they slam on their watch like it's hero time. Okay, I said a lot of words in this section, and most of them don't make sense, so I'm gonna just record it now in post. These are my designs for the next-gen suits. I took one recognizable component from the Mentor suits, like the Mighty Morphin Diamond, and I combined it with the Next Generation logo. That's the V with the dot. Then I added whatever I was doing with the legs. It was late, I was tired. Alright, now all that's covered, let's get back to the story. The next scene is of Aunt to summon. Yes, he's still alive, don't question it. Going up to Maloes and telling him something. "Lord Maloes, do you feel..." "Yes, I felt it, fool. The Rangers have gotten stronger. They'll be invading our homes soon enough. We must prepare. But why can't we just attack them first? That's what we've been doing for the past 3 months. With one of us against their home field advantage, we're far too weak. We must be ready for when we're the ones with the advantage. Mwahaha! We have a montage of the villains preparing their army, crossed with a different montage of the Rangers preparing themselves. Like, doing some training on Morph, doing a few last-minute suited sparring matches, and working on the drill. Also, Mindy is plugging Alpha 5 into their comm system, like, I don't know, Jarvis in the Avengers. At the end of the prep montage, it's time for the final confrontation. The Rangers all say goodbye to their mentors, including Bulk and Vita. I haven't mentioned them because they haven't really been plot relevant, but I have not forgotten about them either. I put them in the last time on summary for a reason. Then, it's Morphin Time, and they get in the drill. Finally, after days of preparation and hours of drilling, the Rangers are ready, and in Earth's core. Why can they exist in Earth's core without being crushed to death or burned alive? Because this is Power Rangers, where you can breathe in space. They're greeted by an army of Maladers, bigger than any they've ever seen. They charge through it in a massive Dynasty Warrior-style fight that lasts approximately 15 seconds. What, did you think this would be what stopped the next generation Power Rangers? Please. The Rangers are then greeted by an old foe. Several old foes, actually, all controlled by undertaken. The Mystico of Time has brought back the Cougar, the Wolf, the Griffin, the Raijin, and the Pterodactyl. The Rangers return to fighting their old foes, and the ease with which they defeat all of them just shows how much stronger they've gotten. Undertaken grows desperate and gives up on his codes of 1v1 fights, finally just accepting that these Rangers are strong, and he needs to summon as many past foes as possible. Scorpius, Trakina, the Psycho Rangers, Optimus, Mordecai, Korai, Daishi, Camille, the Overlords, Xandri, Serrator, Decker, Golda, Lord Zed. But why can't I summon the Empress of Evil herself? A new force enters the fray. You can't summon me because I'm right here, you nitwit! The 5 Rangers, along with the Mystic Mother herself, all work together to defeat the villains. Ultimately, the 20 foes are destroyed, leaving just Undertaken against the Mystic Mother and 5 pissed-off Power Rangers. It's not a long battle after that. The next generation Rangers keep going, and get to a large doorway. Call your Zords now. Chances are, we'll need them, and I couldn't tell you how long it'll take for them to get down here. They do, and as soon as they call their Zords, little holograms pop out of their morphers. Mindy slaps her morpher in the same way they did to Morph, causing a miniature dragon folding Zord to appear. Well, sort of. It's the finalized, next generation blue Zord. Sick! Our Zords are inside the morphers, no calling required. And full metal. Awesome. Okay, so, I don't want to interrupt the scene for too long, but here are my designs for the final Next Generation Zords. They're intentionally very similar to the base design Zords, to the base design Mentor Zords rather, because I think that fits the theme, but they are modified to be, as T said themselves, full metal awesome. Also, I gave Perry wings because I always thought it was kind of weird that the Mystic Sprite didn't have them naturally. After learning that they have immediate access to the Zords, the Rangers are ready for their final showdown. They open the doors to Maloes's throne room. T and Finn charge, hitting Maloes straight in the side. Sparks fly, no lasting damage. Amaya does intense wire fill on the demon. Nothing but sparks. Mindy tries to waterbend. But she's in Earth's core. What do you think will happen? Perry shoots off some beams of magic. That does something. Wait, that worked. Finn, are your powers at all mystical? Barely. Quasar sabers are magic. I might be able to mod to use that. Great, do that. T? Not that I know of. Zordon's more a fan of science than magic. Damn it. Amaya? I think so! Awesome. Alright, I can't really do anything without water. T, charge in with me and keep it busy. Perry, Finn, Amaya, fight with your powers. Understood. Next generation, engage! Aye, Captain! Perry shoots off magic. Amaya channels her animal spirit. Mindy and T cause distraction to keep the others safe. Finn starts hacking into his own suit to make it more magical. Mystic Mother, why aren't you helping? I'm helping in the only way I can. My powers have never been direct attacks. I'm powering all of you up. This is us powered up? Malouette is strong. The Rangers keep fighting, gradually wearing the Brother of Bane down. Much as it pains me to destroy my own throne, it hurts more to let you win. Malouette grows to be giant-sized, towering over the Rangers and destroying the home of his throne. The Rangers respond by bringing out their new, finalized Zords. They fight solo Zords for a while, partially for strategic reasons, partially just because I want to show off the cool next generation Zords. But ultimately, they do, in the end, have to merge. Form feet and legs! Form arms and body! And I'll form the head! Haphazard no more. They are now the ultimate next generation Megazord. They use pink magic to power up the sword, allowing them to do direct damage while also hitting directly. Then, it's just a brawl. They trade blows for ages, but the Rangers have the advantage. And after a DBZ level punch fight, Malouette is weak. No! 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 I can't lose, not to you pathetic humans! I have an army! The Megazord grabs Malouette by his ankle and slaps him around a whole bunch. We have a Megazord. The Megazord jumps back, shooting off blasts of magic as they go. And in the end, all 5 of them yell, in unison, another victory for the next generation! After a fade to black, we come back in with the epilogue. The Rangers and the Mentors are celebrating victory around a bonfire. Hey, what are everyone's favorite parts about being Power Rangers? Getting to put my skills to good use. I'm tired of being a glorified cage fighter. Getting out of the house. Hear that? For me, it's probably getting to make a difference and help people. And of course, finally getting together with my awesome girlfriend. Amaya rests her head on Perry's lap, which makes the Pink Ranger go bright red. Honestly, I just love getting to hang out with all you awesome people. What about you, T? I asked the question without knowing my own answer. Rookie mistake. But if I had to choose, it would probably be that I got to live out my childhood dream. I've always wanted to be a ranger, back when that was what we called them, since I was, I don't know, 3? I remember. I kept doing research, trying to get past all the people who thought they, well, we, I guess, were myth. And you kept ranting to me about it too. True, but I never gave up. I never stopped. And look where it got us all. Yup. I'd probably be in a much worse place now if it weren't for how awesome these past 3 months have been. And that's saying something. I'll drink to that! Please don't. I meant a root beer, girl. Alright, that's fine then. Hey, I started working on something while we were in that drill trying to get to the lair. She pulls out a guitar. Wanna hear it? Hell yeah, queen! She starts playing, and soon she starts singing as well. Credits roll as Amaya sings the show's theme song, and by the end, everyone there is singing along happily. The episode ends with all 5 Rangers, all 4 mentors, Bulk, Alpha 5, and Cher, even the Mystic Mother, putting their hands in the center. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3, Power Ranger!